Greetings, Sir and Sirettes, and welcome back to Robocraft. As many of you are aware, the Megabots are coming soon, and everyone's overly excited or completely meh on the subject, depending on what tier they're in, I've found. If they're close to tier 10, it's the best thing in the world, otherwise it's pretty much a non-issue. However, helicopters are coming, rockets are... so many cool rockets, I don't want to say rockets for, but new things are coming. In the last video I did link to the Robocraft page in the description. I will do the same in this one to answer any questions you may have on the Megabots as well. Quite frankly, there's a lot of things coming, and a lot of changes to current weaponry and such. So that's going to be a very curious thing. So once that hits, which will be tomorrow, I'm recording this on Tuesday, hopefully publishing it on Tuesday, going to put it to the top of my list of things to do, which admittedly isn't actually that long of a list. I am going to be busy, so I will not be able to really play my usual robots and mess around in the lower tiers, at least not for some time, with the limited time I actually get to play this delicious game. So today we're going to be simply trying to get the win bonus on a few of my robots, many of which I haven't actually tried since the nerfs and buffs with the SMGs and the rails and all that stuff. So I'm a little bit nervous that some of them will simply fall by the wayside and not really do what they're meant to do, which is a little bit of a, you know, a bit of a nerve-wracking thing. There we go, apparently since the change I can add an additional single block, well, 2 single blocks to both sides. So we're going to start off with the hog. I'm just going to do as many as I can today with the limited time I have. Sadly Flank has already got his win bonus before I decided that it would be a good idea to actually record what we're doing today. So, going to play 2 matches of each, or if we get the win bonus, perhaps just 1 match of each. We'll see how much time Lathrix actually has. So, back in a second with our first match. Well, here is our first match, and it is a boss battle, which I'm actually surprisingly happy about. The hog tends to do extremely well in these, and actually can tank quite a few hits, so I'm hoping we show off the superiority of the Landship, and its new tier 2 armor blocks, which are there just to bolster the number. You see, I could have gone very cheesy with this robot and fit... oh. Did that? Well, that kind of surprised me. I was going to say filled it with the lower tier blocks, but honestly... oh. Let's get into another game, shall we? That was a little bit short. And now the servers seem to be dead. Back in a moment, my lovely Sir and Sirettes, hopefully for an actual match. And we are back in an actual match, so no fear of the enemies randomly leaving. Well, unless all of them leave, which would be actually an astonishing thing, and I think I'll take that as a victory. Now, I am assuming we should go. So, the rails are going to be over there, so I'm going to go the long way around, honestly, because I can't be bothered with being peppered with rail shots. The rail spam does have me slightly nervous on this robot, to be honest, because, well, quite frankly, it can take higher tier rails in its stride. However, in the past I have been known to simply crumple to rail spam, which can kind of core a small area and just get straight to my fleshy insides. Ignoring the fact I have over 1,100 blocks, it's a little bit of a concern. Also, with the SMG nerf making me less effective over range, I am not very happy with long range combat at the moment. Being so slow, it's going to take a while to get there. Aha! There's an enemy there who's definitely going to take another shot. I would if I was him. There we go. Not too much damage taken there, only 6% for a full plasma hit in the face, which is quite nice, honestly. So a gentle massage. There we go. I'm going to ignore the healer because I quite frankly want the kill. And now the healer's going to die a horrible death. However, he did take out several of my guns. The annoying bugger. We did have a medic. I'm fairly certain of that fact. Now he's going to come round. So if we meet him in the middle, like the kind person we are, going towards the medic is generally a good thing. However, honestly, I kind of just want to press on forward. Shouldn't have ignored that medic. That medic gutted my fronts. Wow. Okay, carrying on. Probably not going to be the most eventful match, but really in tier 5 that's not really what you get anymore with extreme amount of plasmas and rails. But, well, they are fun, but if you're playing an SMG, it tends to just be a matter of get there and shoot. But that honestly is just playing an SMG, so I have no idea what I'm talking about. Lathrix has no idea what he's talking about. A new revelation. We have obviously already got our win conditions, so our win bonus, that's why I left the last clip in, just to show what happened, since that way I didn't have to explain. There we are. Well done, sir. 0 kills for the Landship, for the Hog, which is rather upsetting, honestly. I'd have very much liked a single kill, but I don't think that's going to happen, honestly. I'm not going to try and steal that kill, that would be... Oh, I didn't realise he was up there! Turn, you foolish robot! There is an enemy over there, but honestly I don't want to long range him. He's focusing on our friends, so we can go up there and help. Oh, nope, he is jumping off as well. Don't go! Am I really that repulsive? Yes, I know I could stay in and help, I really should, but that's boring and I want to kill something. I like hitting things. Really shouldn't have known that. That medic did everything to me. So it seems that this robot doesn't do well against medics. I didn't actually expect that. The plasma did very little, but the medic just... wow. Well, if you're going to die, you might as well die against the medic, I suppose. That makes no sense, but it's an honourable profession to die to, I suppose. Ah, well, that's that done. That was quite an easy match, I guess. Let's see if we can flip. Yeah, no, we can't. Trying to flip with the Hog is actually quite a hard thing. I've tried to do it in the past. It seems to not really work out too well. I am actually thinking about changing the Hog into a plasma as well. I don't think the SMGs do quite as well anymore. But regardless, let's carry on. We're going to play UG. Currently my personal favourite robots. Hopefully we'll get a win in the first match, and then we shall just continue onwards in our glorious spree. Am I second on every single leaderboard now? I've just noticed. Tier 10 I'm second, Tier 9 I'm definitely second, and I think I'm just second everywhere. I'm never third or fourth in this tiny little list, but I'm always second. Okay, back in a second, hopefully into a decent match. And we are back, and hopefully going to be a bit more of an eventful match compared with the match with the Hog. So, as usual, there's quite a few rails on both their teams, but not quite so many as usual. From my experience, my limited experience, honestly, the last few weeks, but from the games I have played in Tier 7 on this particular robot, I've noticed that Tier 7 and Tier 5 tend to be the worst in terms of sheer numbers of rails. However, this match seems to be rail and healer orientated. So there's 3 medics all in the same place. That's a little bit silly. I was going to say stupid, that sounds more aggressive. I'm going to back off. I don't mind being the bigger man here, and I'm going to go to the other fellows who will most likely be needing help quite soon, who are quite in odd places. Oh lord, that person's name is just causing annoyingness just by being there. Alpha and Omega, rather than Omega. It's something about that is just irritating. Well, you're just looking down there. That's okay. We're going to go with the main pack. Actually, these two seem to be just separating off more and more, and it would be a bit foolhardy to stay with them on their own. Plus the fact there is actually a damaged person to stay damaged for quite some time, meaning the medics are being a little bit preoccupied. So we can go and help out. Well, I just saw a flyer become a ball. Where are you, med? Ah, there we go. The medic's down there, and the rail is over there. Now at full health, but let's stick with the main pack, as both teams seem to be staying like that, which is fine. I've seen that design before, I'm sure of it. Maybe I'm going insane, but I'm sure I've seen that exact robot before. Maybe I'm just going insane. It's not a common-looking design. There we go. Generally, the more common designs are the simple ones, the ones which are very easy to reproduce. Oh no, move back, please move back. Plasma, time to vodka. Move! Ow! Look what you made me do. I lost the hover and everything. Thank you, medic. Okay, you're back alive. Someone's asking for help. Mr. Death by... Oh! Death by Spoon behind us is in fact completely crippled and in need of some serious medicing. Double medic! Ask and you shall receive. Hopefully I'm not completely neglecting the rest of the team, which I kind of am. I thought that medic was going with them, but has flipped. But he has flipped. Okay. Oh dear. Oh! Time for vodka just died instantly, and there is a rail looking at me. Guys, you may want to... Oh, nice shot! He jumped, you hit. Excellent. Death by Spoon, you are quickly becoming someone I like very much by the sheer aggressiveness of your style. However, I think you may be a little bit hurt there. You did, however, do a lot of damage to the rail who was trying to shoot me, so here, have some healing noodles in your face. There we go. You'll be back up in no time. Of course, people who have watched the video of me making this robot will remember its controls aren't that brilliant, although not bad. Its speed is not brilliant, if not bad, but its sheer healing power is what makes this robot the special snowflake it is. Also, it's oddly sturdy, considering. Oh, hello. Alpha and oh. Should I even heal you? The amount of blood pressure you've rose. Yeah, very well, I'll heal you, but not for very long. Oh, look, it's a 1% health fellow. I can heal you from what? No, I love healing someone from 1% to 100%. It's a lovely process of seeing their robot completely be rebuilt. It's a lovely, lovely experience for all concerned. Okay, 28k, excellent. 2 robots down. How many more will go before I lose all? Okay, we're not going to play with Spite because currently Spite is in need of some serious renovation. Monolith is terrible, but you know what? Sure, why not? So back in a second with our tier 1 Monolith. The cursed map is punishing us for us not upgrading the Monolith sooner, and now we must go through this treacherous frozen land as this horrible robot. But this horrible robot also happens to be rather pretty, so we're not going to do well, but we're going to look amazing. Well, not doing well. Oh look, a rail. 2. Really? 2 rails? Tier 1? That's wonderful. I'm sure you and your mothers are very proud of your choices in life. Anyway, carrying on, a bit less salt, we're going to continue and hopefully actually get a kill. We do only have tier 1 SMGs, and honestly we don't even have many of them, so our damage output is very, very limited, and with the nerf to range, even more so at long range. So we're really relying on our tankiness and our sturdiness to get us through this match, and hopefully we can have someone else with us who can do some damage of us actually taking the brunt of the enemy. However, this fellow here seems even worse prepared than I, so this is a bit of a nerve-wracking experience. Let's go for the guns if we can at all. We can't. Oh, yes we can. We can. We've got most of them gone. Okay, there we are. First one down. We've got a kill and go on the second fellow. Aiming for the guns. It pretty much assured our victory there. And we can do the same with this fellow, hopefully. There we go. Teamwork. Me and that little... Oh, yeah, we even both got a kill together. Excellent. A kill each is sheer happiness. I'm actually rather happy he got the kill there, as he is clearly new to the game. He has the starter robot just with 2 extra wheels, so that kill will help him out, you know, grow and prosper. Now, if we have 2 rails, that means the enemy should have 2 rails according to the matchmaking system, which means I'm very nervous going into their base right now, because I'm looking everywhere for rail lines, which will wreck me. Also, we are very tanky. We took very little damage from those tier 2 SMGs, it must be said, just on sheer number alone. Okay, someone there. I just saw his head sticking out. I didn't actually think he was enemy. I thought it might be a rock or something similar. Wow, what a small robot. But may kill us though, because that is tier 3 armor he's got on his underside, so he's clearly over-tiered, and quite frankly is indeed winning this fight. But thankfully, due to his flipping nature, we may have the upper hand. However, he has to cut our guns, other than 1. So we're going to make a hasty retreat because, well, quite frankly, I don't want to die here. He can't move, so we can just wait for the rail there to pick him off. There's no shame in this. Well, a little bit of shame, but honestly, what else is there to do? There we go. Lovely. Continuing onwards. Wow, that was very painful. He must have had tier 3 SMGs, because that was just... Well, we have got a gun left, thankfully. I think if he aimed for our top, we would have simply lost outright there, just no guns left. We were there just to cripple him so the rail would have a nice, very calm shot. Thank you, Mr. Overtiered. Well, lovely. You know, actually brings me back to the point. People were asking me again, Lathrix, what is your take on overtiering? It's a question I get quite often, despite how many times I answer it. And honestly, I am of the view of I don't really mind other people overtiering. I just don't enjoy doing it myself. It's when it gets to the ridiculous stages when you're simply there to troll the enemy. And quite frankly, bringing a tier 4 rail into a tier 1 match, where there's going to be new players, I would consider trolling. Now, I'm not innocent. I'm not an innocent party in this. This robot is 750 CPU. It may be not the best design, it may only have tier 1 equipment, but the CPU used is ridiculously high, so I'm not a complete innocent angel when it comes to this, really. Okay, another robot I haven't played in quite some time is Flutter, so we'll be getting into that. Hopefully we'll do well that little... Our original Walker Rail, who still needs to be redesigned, as I do want to change him into rail spam. He's currently using slightly over tiered rails. I think they're tier 9. Or tier... Nope, they're tier 8, okay. So they're tier 8 and tier 7, which... Sorry, they're tier 8 and tier 8. No, they're not. They're tier 10? No. They're tier 9, yes. Yes, they're tier 9, okay. They're tier 9 and tier 8, which actually means they're not over-tiered, as you can unlock that in that tier. Actually, I'm not sure, can you? I know you can with Plasma, I'm not sure with Rails. Yes, you can. You can unlock Rails 1 higher than your current tier, so yes, I'm not actually over-tiered at all. I definitely need to redesign this robot then. Okay, back in a second with our first match, hopefully being the last. And we are back. Merciful Nurgle has taken it upon himself to allow us to not be on the cursed map yet again. So we're going to go straight up on here. We're going to do the usual boring thing, which is go to there, I think, and hide behind a rock. That rock will serve as our defense system. It'll be our best friend for the rest of the match, and hopefully we'll never have to leave it. We'll have small rocky children together, and everyone will be joyous. Now I'm hoping my robot's the male in that scenario, but there we go. Oh, hello, there's an enemy. I'm talking a load of absolute bullcrap, which is totally surprising. And okay, this is terrible. He knows we're here. Otherwise he wouldn't be doing the movement he's doing now. Which is very smart of him, honestly. That's going to screw us over royally. Ah, screwed over royally. Can't steady ourselves. Thankfully. Aha, there we go. Lost our legs, which caused us to lose a bit of our aim. Sadly, we have lost our... Well, literally just lost our legs. How did you do that? Also, what on earth was I talking about with that? Oh, darn it, why am I flying? There we go. There we go, 2 kills, a lovely start clearing out this area. Thankfully, we can still fly even if our legs are... Okay, we must have lost... Okay, we have lost a thruster as well, which is slowing us down a fair bit, but we're... I've seen this robot be a lot worse off and do a lot better, so actually it's not too bad. However, this is going to be irritating. This is what happens when you lose your front legs. You kind of shimmy to the side rather than actually turn. Also, this is a terrible position. We can't see anything. Okay, so we're going to be a little bit more brazen and go forward. Go forth into the belly of the beast. And, well, quite frankly, why wasn't I reloading? Lathrix, play the game and play it well. If you're going to learn to play the game, boy, you may as well learn to do it right. I can't remember what that's from, but I know it's a quote. Oh dear. Oh dear, yes, we can't shoot like that. That's terrible. That was also awful. That, however, was wonderful. Okay, 70,000 damage done to him, and we've knocked off several of his healing guns, slowing down the rate of healing and making me feel a little bit happier inside at our ineptitude of the first shot. Now, we are going to fall off there. That was actually completely not intentional. I'll be honest, that was not intentional in the slightest. Oh! No-scoped yo! However, we are going to be destroyed in this. Oh! Oh! That was a glorious little volley of actually hitting things while flying. Something which I am notoriously bad at, honestly. Well, as we've all seen, I'm just notoriously bad at shooting. Our front legs being gone is causing quite the issue, it must be said. I am thinking about perhaps adding side thrusters to this robot to assist in this very... Honestly, this happens far too often, so I am very tempted to do things simply for this scenario. Should have gone for the medic. Should have gone for the medic, thankfully. Oh, Lord, medic's coming. For some reason jumping's not working. What is jumping? There we go, we're flying. Okay, we're off finally. However, we're not much faster than the medic who's after us, which is a bit of a concern. We hit one of them. There is too many medics though, which is an annoying thing indeed. Aha! Yes, take that, you little bugger. Should have been healing your friend rather than being... No, we're going to win! Allow me to survive! I want the win bonus, you foul little scoundrels! I will personally urinate on your graves. Yes! I don't care anymore! I will no longer urinate on your graves, and that is a horrible insult. I'm sorry, Sir and Sirettes. That is... In my head it was very light-hearted, and it came out extremely dark. That happens from time to time. I think it's Lathrid, he comes through occasionally. I can't see... Thanks, healer. We survived! We got 3 kills, everyone is joyous, even if my gameplay was terrible. A very ill-deserved victory, but a victory nonetheless. There we go, 72,000, that was actually really good. For a tier 8 match, that was very good indeed. Who is next? Next is the Ambassador. Which is, I've just done a video on you, I'll skip you and go to Ram. Our tier 3 plasma robot. Hopefully we'll do well with him, and we can just do one match and continue. And I will not say anything What possessed me during that match? Fornicating with rocks and urinating on graves. The ultimate combination of complete and utter... Well, honestly, I would blame pain medication, but I must admit, I must be truthful. I'm no longer on the pain medication, so perhaps it's the new herbal tea I'm drinking. I'm not a big fan of herbal tea. Normally, green tea is as far as I go into that venture-y, experimental world of weird teas, but honestly, this herbal tea is fantastic, and perhaps it's affecting my mood somehow. Second! Always second! Back in a second, sir and sir, hopefully with a victory. And we are back and avoiding the cursed map yet again, which I'm very joyous about. Grandfather Nurgle and the Robocraft gods, known as Free Jam, are both very kind and have allowed us to avoid the cursed map quite a lot of late, so I am very thankful for this. And, oh dear lord, that looks very squishy. I like how there's a little bit of over-tiered armour just on the front. What a curious design. I can't imagine that's very good against plasma, or rails for that matter. But perhaps I'm wrong. I've seen some really weird looking designs I thought would be terrible. Darn, I thought it was going in front of that pillar. Play absolutely fantastically, and I've been completely wrong about their efficiency, honestly. And as someone who doesn't make very many efficient designs, I really can't judge. Yes, okay, direct it in the face. Let's follow him. We don't have over-tiered guns, as always. And, well, let's see. By over-tiered guns, I mean very over-tiered guns. We actually have tier 3 and tier 4, meaning most of them are not under-tiered, but are the minimum for the tier. He's a very fast bugger. He must be a cruiser with thrusters. There we go, direct it in the face again. Very sturdy cruiser with thrusters, must be said. But sadly not sturdy enough to survive a plasma volley to the arse when you're upside down. Which is to be expected, honestly. Okay, there's an SMG there, but I do think these two will probably be okay. Never mind. Okay, there we go, you flip back. Wow. Okay, there's actually 2 of them, so I'm now very thankful I joined the fight. We could swing it in our favour if we get a good shot there. We did. He's no longer a threat, he is. Try and aim for the top, if we can. There we are. Most of his guns are gone, only a couple left. He's either aiming for our guns, but he is gone. Okay. You see, if I was him, I would have backed off then, honestly, because lack of guns and, well, a single plasma is a lot better than a single SMG. Must be okay, now we're dead. I would back off now, but honestly, my movement and everything else is completely crippled off. Let's just get that kill, and then let's see if we can just pick at him a little bit. We really want to defend, but honestly, I don't see that happening at this stage. Hello, sir. How are you? Well, that missed. That was my last chance, honestly, and we flumped it. Darn. Still got a few kills, didn't do too poorly, and our plasma friend there is here to avenge us once we're dead. We are on our back, which allowed us to be completely destroyed. Oh well. Let's do it again, this time with more vigour and anger. No cursed map, however, this is a boss battle with a plasma tank and a SMG tank. Well, not necessarily a tank, but both of them are ground. And honestly, a lot of the boss battles I seem to face at the moment are from tanks. People seem to think that tanks make the best bosses, and honestly, I wouldn't fully disagree, but honestly, I wouldn't agree either. I seem to lose mostly with very heavily armoured hovers. They tend to be a very dominating force in boss battles, but that's neither here nor there. The point is we're going to be throwing plasma at huge robots, which sounds a lot cooler than it is when you're the small robot. Honestly, it's a bit more terrifying. Okay, the SMG's over there, no one spotted him, however, because... Oh, well, I spotted him from the corner, which is very odd. Let's go down. There's no chance we're ever going to get a shot off from here, and the plasma is rather damaged. No idea where the SMG is, though. There he is. Okay, so they're both in the same position, which is good. So sticking together, which is both bad and good. Sorry, sir, but you did get in my way. None will get in the way of Ram. It's in my name. It kind of implies what I'm going to do if you get in my way. Where are... Spot the enemies, please! Okay, this is terrible. Keep getting it. So the SMG is actually a tank, okay? We're being a bit risky here, basically walking behind him. Let's see if we can get a shot, though. I do want to hit him at least once. Hello! Wow, a lot of damage done. Wonderful. Blew off a huge section of his back end, and there goes all of his guns. The enemy plasma is still alive, however, so that is something to be concerned about. He's aiming at us, but thankfully only got a very, very light hit against us. He's going back that way, so I'm going to go this way. Nope, he's still facing that way, so let's try and sneak up behind him a little bit and take a shot if we can. I think he's crippled. Yeah, he's crippled, he can't move, but his gun's still fully functional. Well, not completely crippled it seems, but not particularly moving healthily anymore. There we are, he's on his back. Let's see if we can do some damage now while he's in a more vulnerable position. Aiming at his gun still. Sir, it's not over yet. Don't try and hog the kill before we've even fully defeated the enemy. Okay, now you can go and hog the kill, like everyone does. Oh, we got the kill! Excellent! Now that is a victory bonus day. Excellent. Let's see how much RP we got from our glorious victory against the foul bosses of the earth. 9,700 is not bad at all in tier 2, in tier 3 rather. I mean, and a hero bonus from before. I did sadly have to cut out a video which I simply, well, I actually AFK'd at the start, so I'm a bit ashamed of that. I AFK'd at the start and then started playing. The doorbell went, I killed like one enemy, we lost. It was bad, and I think that's from the last match, because so essentially I played 3 matches with Ram. You saw the first match, you didn't see the second match, it wasn't anything spectacular. So let's carry on with our victory debut with Midge, and I think that's where we're going to call it after that. This is my tier 5 medic I've had for quite some time. At one point it actually got shot off into tier 6, which was rather upsetting, but here we are yet again in tier 5. So back in a second with, I think, the last match of the day. Honestly, the video's getting a bit long and I'm getting a little bit hungry. Back in a second. The dark gods have abandoned us. Okay, we're on the cursed map. Everyone do your best and hope that everything goes well. I'll be back here cowering in fear at the cursed mountain of the cursed map, where nightmares come true and dreams are shattered. Think I'll go this way. Will I go this way? Yeah, everyone split off in different directions. A good start. Oh, wonderful. Okay. Well, I'll stick with these two because they're tanks, and tanks are generally quite sturdy. However, you are apparently made of glass. It's a tank made of glass. Why are you made of... Okay, now, never mind. I take back everything about you being sturdy. Oh! On the upside, we get someone to heal straight away. If the rail could be so kind as to look up. If the... Okay, well, you killed one of them. Okay, credit where credit's due. You did shoot up, and it wasn't at the target I was really happy with, but still. I'm very thankful I'm a hover right now, just to avoid the plasma explosions. See? Avoiding the plasma explosions. Well done, that rail. You earn a potato. Oh, hello. Oh, you took a lot of damage. Okay, well, you're in a really awkward position. I will have some difficulty with this, but oh lord. Going down. That SMG gutted him. Well, I guess that's what you have. That's what happens when you have a tank literally made of glass. You kind of die easily. Really taking glass cannon a bit too serious now. We can probably heal him to death at this stage. I say probably, actually, you probably can't. But still, go for the weapons. Yeah, I'm understanding why with the Megabot update, healers are being nerfed again in terms of well, in terms of range, honestly, which is, some people are very angry about that because they're getting annoyed that the healers keep getting nerfed more and more. But honestly, although I love being aggressive as a healer, I don't think it should be a viable option. And honestly, medics can be brutal, particularly in the lower tiers. They can be the most annoying and damaging of robot types. But it all depends, of course, what kind of robot you are and such. I mean, gunbeds just outright kill them, but... Oh. Don't worry, Rail, if you get hurt, I can heal you. Just trying to avoid taking damage on your gun. That's a very cool looking fly. I didn't even notice you before. You're like a glider. I'm okay with that. There's an enemy there, so if you want to go and kill... Ooh, it's a bomber. Should we go down? Okay, maybe we should go down just to avoid the rail. Sadly, we're a bit slow on our reaction time there. Will I go and... Yeah, I'll go and try and kill the bomber before he does any damage to us. Sadly, he is, yep, with his guns in the air, as I was about to say. We did survive and we did get the kill, which is glorious. Now, can I get to that rail who hit us and get some revenge? I am very happy with Midge. Midge can take a bit of a beating despite looking quite frail. I think the rail just died. Yeah, the rails died, leaving only the medic left. That was a lovely victory and a great way to end the episode. I'm sorry if my thoughts have been a bit dishevelled today, so and threats. Honestly, I'm quite tired of doing a lot of work today, and I just wanted to relax and do some RP farming on my various robots. I've got quite a few left to do, but my voice simply can't take recording them. So thank you very much for watching, so and threats. If you are enjoying Robocraft, enjoying the series, and even if you're just looking forward to Megabots, which of course I will make a video on Wednesday, as soon as I can, as soon as the Megabot release is up at 2 PM, at least that's what they're saying. I don't believe it 100% because it is free jam. Now, I love free jam, the devs are absolutely brilliant, but in terms of updates, they seem to not quite, they don't really, it's a bit hit and miss, isn't it, if it works or not, and it's more miss than hit, sadly. It's more stick the carrot. Well, thank you for watching, so as I was trying to say, if you have enjoyed the video and series, likes, comments, favourites, shares, all that good stuff, very, very welcome, helps out me, helps out the channel, and shows that Robocraft is still something you are interested in seeing. It's the easiest way to be vocal about what you like. So, thank you very much for watching, goodbye, have a nice day, do take care, and go and have a cake.